What's up guys, welcome back to Real Talk. So in today's video I'm going to talk about 3 ways to downshift. Now I apologise, I am in a suit. It's because I am at work and the video that you're going to see of me inside the car is me on the way to work. So that's why I'm just all smartly, sorry. So don't think I'm just doing it for the purpose of the video because that would be ridiculous. It's going to be the 3 things I'm discussing today. 3 ways to downshift. Now the reason for this video is I've seen a lot of people on track or driving fast and they're just not using the correct technique. So I want to explain to you what the benefits are in learning the 3 different ways to Rev Match, heel and toe and double clutch. I'm going to show you what the benefits are of actually using them, as well as show you how to actually do them. So I hope this video proves helpful. Before we get into it, a lot of people are going to say, oh, your Type R Rev matches automatically for you. Yes, it does, but you can turn that off, and I'll show you now. We'll go up to the car, I'll show you that I drive with it off anyway.
The vehicle. So, I think it's driver assist system set up. We're down to the bottom. Rev Match system, that's off. You can see that, okay? So we'll come out of that now anyway. So that's just to prove that it's off, just to eradicate any comments saying, oh, the car's Rev Matching for you. That is not the case.
Oh, the state of my hair ain't the best at the moment. I've not gone to the barbers, so we'll be sorting that in the next video.
What's up guys? So you join me in the car now. Now I'm on probably the loudest bit of road that there is at the moment, so I apologise if you can't hear me properly. But as mentioned in the intro, I'm going to talk about 3 ways to downshift, what the benefits are in learning the 3 ways to downshift, and why it's better to actually learn these techniques as well as how it's done. First things first, let's talk about rev matching. Now a lot of you probably heard what rev matching is. A lot of you probably don't know the benefits of what rev matching is. So to lay it out simply, essentially the easiest way for me to explain this is rev matching is simply matching the engine speed to the revs. Okay, now what benefit does that have? So the benefit of it is it doesn't cause any unbalancing. Okay, it doesn't increase the unnecessary engine braking. Okay, and as well as that, it can prevent lockouts as well. So when I say lockouts, I mean if you downshift from 3rd gear to 2nd gear at a ridiculously high speed and you just snap your clutch up without rev matching, it can really unbalance the car and the wheels can actually lock up. Okay, so you don't want to do that. Now rev matching eliminates that pretty much if you do it correctly. How do you rev match? Now a lot of people thinking, oh bloody hell, how do you rev match? It is honestly one of the easiest things to do, and once you learn it, you will not be able to stop doing it. Okay, so I'm in 6th gear at the moment. So to rev match, if you watch my feet now, the feet count should be on, the foot count should be on. So all you need to do is you put your foot on the clutch, you rev, and drop it into a lower gear. Okay, so that was me dropping from 6th into 4th. Now if you watch again, if I do it quickly, to go from 4th to 5th. So foot on the clutch, rev, and lift off the clutch. That is a rev match. You can see there's no jolkiness there at all. Now if I do that without rev matching, look at my body. It's hard to explain. So I'm just going to downshift into 3rd, right? So I'm going to downshift into 3rd. See how rough that was? Proper jolt there, and it's not good to do. So rev match into 3rd. You can even rev match into 2nd, and there's no jolt. Okay. So that is how to rev match. It's very, very easy to do. So foot on the clutch, rev, and put it into a lower gear. Okay? Easy. Done. So the second way of downshifting is by double clutching. Now double clutching, a lot of people are familiar with it, saying, not double clutching like you should from Fast and the Furious, and no one really seems to know what that is. In newer cars, you don't really have to do it. It's mainly for cars without synchro mesh. So for all the older viewers that are watching this video, if you know what I'm talking about, you're probably thinking, oh, double clutching, I had to do that all the time. I was doing that when I was 15 or whatever. But for a lot of the newer people that are watching, people don't have a clue what double clutching is. Right, so how to show you how to double clutch. It's a bit of a strange one. Now, I still double clutch, and people are going to say you don't need to because your car's got a synchro mesh. Yeah, that's understandable. What I think it helps with is if you're wanting to overtake someone immediately on the motorway or highway, however you want to say it, what it does essentially is it turns a downshift into an upshift, and that's done because you're putting the car into neutral first and then selecting a lower gear. So your foot's not down on the clutch the entire time. So essentially what you're doing, say I'm in 4th gear, put your foot in the clutch, put it into neutral, lift your foot off the clutch, rev, and put it into a lower gear. So you see I pressed the clutch twice there. So how that looks when you're driving fast is like this. Like that, okay? Now by doing that, because you're putting it into neutral and lifting your foot off the clutch, as say you're driving a car really fast from 2nd gear going up to 3rd gear, so it's aggressive upshifts, okay? Because you're putting the car into neutral and revving very high and then putting it into a lower gear, it's almost as if you're going from a lower gear into a higher gear. It's quite hard to explain, but for those who understand, then great. For those who don't, I can't really explain it more than that. It's really hard to explain. It gives you that power instantly. So if you look now, I'm in 5th gear, so if I double clutch, and it just, you've got the power there instantly. See? So that is your second way to down. Now, the last way of downshifting, bear in mind these two that I've just mentioned, I think it's essential. Obviously, if you're pottering around, you don't need to do it, but it's a safer way to drive because you're not unbalancing your car or anything. Now, the last way, which is the trickiest, is heel and toe, which is like race car way, or big toe, little toe, however you want to refer to it. Now, essentially, it is still rev matching, okay? Because you are rev matching the engine speed to the revs. But heel and toe, the reason it's called heel and toe is we've only got 3 pedals, okay? And we've got 3 pedals and we've only got 2 feet. So what heel and toe is think of it as exactly rev matching, but it's whilst you're decelerating, okay? De-accelerating. So whilst you're braking. Now, obviously, if you had 3 feet, you could be braking and then rev match at the same time with your middle foot on the brake. But obviously, we've not got 3 feet, so that's why it's heel and toe, because we need to use 2 bits of our foot in order to do that. How it's done is, if this traffic clears up, you'll probably see me just do it there. Now, I do big toe, little toe. Sometimes I do proper heel and toe, depending on what shoes you wear, depending on what car you're in, how it feels more comfortable. So what you're doing, you'd be driving along in a gear, you'd be braking, okay? And then when it comes to downshifting, you'd still be on the brakes, but you'd be rev matching whilst your foot's still on the brake, okay? So if I go up to 30 mile an hour here, so I'll brake. If I want to drop down a gear, you rev match. Imagine my foot's not on the brake there, okay? So you'd be driving like that, and then you downshift, downshift. So 2 downshifts there through braking and on the accelerator at the same time. So that is what heel and toe is. And there's a load of bikes in front of me, which I hate. So that is how heel and toe is done. Now, it is probably the trickiest way. You've probably seen a load of people doing it like that, or there's different ways that people do it. Their feet always look different. Now, for beginners, if you use, the reason it's called big toe, little toe is because you can see it's like your big toe is on the brake and your little toe is just pumping the accelerator. Okay, my foot just come flying off there. But it does take some getting used to. I've been doing it for a few years now, so I'm quite used to it. In any car that I go in, I do it. Now, the best thing about all of these techniques that I've shown you is you can use them in any car. It doesn't have to be a fast car, it doesn't have to be anything. Now, a lot of people, as I've mentioned in the beginning, are going to say, oh, your car rev matches for you. Yeah, it does, but I've turned it off, as I've shown anyway. But that is essentially what heel and toe is. It is a rev match whilst actually braking. It's quite a tricky one to learn. I'd advise anyone who's trying to learn it, do it in an empty space first, because you might slam on your brakes, or your foot might slip off the brake and it can lead to an accident, but it will make you a better driver. Heel and toe is something that, if you're using your car for track work, because I see a lot of people who are taking their cars on track or driving them fast and they're not even doing it, and it's so dangerous. It is so dangerous, but it's a good technique to learn, because it will make you a better driver, it's safer to drive, and it is so cool once you've learned it, the sound of it as well. People from outside who know about their cars will know he's rev matching, or he's this, or he's heel and toeing. So heel and toe isn't that hard when you get used to it. So if we do it again, I'm in 5th gear. If we slow all the way down into 2nd gear or 3rd gear, so foot on the brake, there's 4th, there's 3rd, there's 2nd, and we can even go into 1st as well. There we are. So that is how it's done.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it proved helpful for those who are looking to learn how to rev match, heel and toe, all the other techniques that I showed as well. Please don't forget to hit that like button, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe either. That would really, really mean a lot. The last video done on the Type R, absolutely love the comments I was getting. If you've not noticed, I do try to reply to every single comment, so get commenting, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, bye bye.